Toom Studio has two different types of light tables that you can use to help you to see other artwork in your drawings and in your exposure sheet while you're tweaking or modifying a current drawing. Now, as you see here, in this scene, I want to play around with the ship, but I might want to see some of these other elements in the drawing view. Now, as you know, when you're in the drawing view, normally you're only able to see whatever drawing you're currently working on. You can't see everything unless you go to the camera view. Now, camera view is going to show you all the things that are in your exposure sheet and your timeline. But if you go to drawing view, once again, you can only see the currently selected drawing. So in my exposure sheet, I'm clicking on the ocean, I'm clicking on the ship, and I want to see other parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, show you what this looks like. I'll just go ahead and extend this so you can see this auto light button. When I click this, everything that's in the same frame will show up in the light table. So I can now position everything that I want to based on the other elements. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of these elements out of this first frame so you can see that they won't appear in the auto light table. So I'll go ahead and grab the clouds and I'll move that over a little bit. And then I'll go back to frame 1. Notice the clouds are gone because the light table will show you whatever's in the current scene in that frame. Now what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and move the ocean and do the same thing. So I'll move the ocean out the way and I'll go to frame 1. Let me grab that. Go back to frame 1, and then the front part of the ocean is not there. So keep that in mind when you're using the auto light table. Whatever's in this particular frame will show up in that light table. So if I go to frame 10 or 11, since everything is lined up and we see all the frames, I'll see everything in the light table itself. Now that is the auto light table. Now what about the static light table? Let me go ahead and turn the light table off, and I'll go ahead and put that back to where it was. And I'll also go ahead and put my frames back to the way they were as well. Just give me a second. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll grab the ship again. And this time I want to determine what elements I want to see. I might not want to see all these things. I might just want to see what I'd selected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and turn on the static light table. And when you do that, you can go ahead and pull up this little tray here. And I can drag images right into this area. So I'll go ahead and grab the ocean and pull that down there. It's really hard sometimes to grab these things. So let me go ahead and grab that. There it goes. And I'll grab the clouds. So I'll go ahead and grab the clouds and drag that down here. And when I go back to my ship, I can see the ship and the selected elements that I've chosen for the static light table. So now I can draw and position everything and see what I want to see instead of everything in the auto light table. I can also choose to hide elements by choosing the check boxes here to turn them off temporarily. So as you see, you can use either the auto light table to help you position elements, or you can choose to selectively put things down into the static light table. And these are really helpful when you want to see what's in your scene as you create or modify your artwork.